Good morning, everyone. This is Southernbelle74. And as you guys can hear in my voice, I'm not feeling 100%. Earlier this week, I got diagnosed with the flu. And I've been home resting and recuperating and just trying to get my self feeling better again. But I wanted to do something different for today's motivational, um, inspirational moment. I want to talk to you about advocating for your own fair and equal health care. And what brought this about was the experience that I had this week. And I'm going to be very transparent with you guys because I was kind of shocked and taken back. But initially, like on Monday, I started feeling bad. It started off with a cough, and that cough turned into coughing and sneezing. I developed a horrible headache. I started feeling nauseous. Um, and then it kind of took a turn for the worse on Tuesday. I was up all night. I could not sleep. I would go from hot to cold. Um, and I took my temperature, and sure enough, I had 101-degree fever. I started doing a regimen of Tylenol every 4 hours to see if it would break my fever, and unfortunately, that didn't work. So I ended up first going to an urgent care in town. We have a urgent care, and I went there first. Um, I came in, I registered. Because I had a fever, I told the young lady I didn't feel safe being in the waiting room. I had to go sit in my car. If you guys would call me and let me know when my appointment time is, when it's my turn to be seen. Okay, no worries. I go get in my car. I turn I look at my cell phone and I find something to just occupy my time. So 20 minutes rolls by. I'm like, okay. I'm watching people come into the urgent care and leave. I'm like, okay. 30 minutes roll by. Okay, no big deal. I understand this is, this time of year, especially with COVID going on. I know I'm patiently waiting. 30 minutes goes by. 45 minutes goes by. Okay, so by the time I hit the hour mark, I'm like, wait a minute now. Because by this time, I've watched two people who have come behind me go into the urgent care and then leave. So I'm like, something is going on. So let me call because I don't want to go back in there. Like I said, I'm sick. I don't want to go back into that waiting area and there's other, people when they're waiting. So I called and the young lady that answered the phone, I was like, ma'am, I've been patiently waiting in my car. My fever is going up. I really feel bad. Am I going to be seen today? Can you tell me what's going on? The young lady was like, can I get your name and date of birth? I gave her my name and date of birth. And then she just busted out laughing. And had the audacity to say, oh, we forgot about you. In my mind, I was livid at this point. I completely lost it. I was like, you forgot about me? How do you forget about someone? I came in, I did what I was supposed to do. I registered. You guys took my name and information, and you said you would call me when it was my turn. What do you mean you forgot about me? Um, and then by this point, I'm very, very upset. I'm like, ma'am, I have 101-degree fever. I feel horrible. Am I going to be seen today? And the young lady just hung up on me. She literally hung up the phone on me. So now I'm on 10. So I put my mask on. I go into the building. When I go into the building, there's two young ladies that was at the receptionist desk. They both jump back. And I'm like, what's wrong with these fools? And I say, is there someone I could talk to about filing a complaint? And she was like, well, there's nobody here. I said, well, can I please speak to a supervisor? I know there's somebody who's supervising you guys. Can I speak to a supervisor? So the one young lady gets up and, I mean, she looks like she's petrified. She gets up and runs. And then the other lady, she's just giving me these nasty looks. And I'm like, today's the day to try me. Today is the day to try me. So finally, a manager comes and I tell her, I'm like, ma'am, I did the procedure like I was supposed to. I came in, I registered. They took my information. I told them I would sit in the car because I'm sick. I didn't want to sit in this waiting room. I don't know what's going on with me. I told them I would volunteer to sit in my car, no problem. Now, I've been sitting in my car for an hour. I've watched two people come in behind me get treated and leave. Is there a problem? Oh, no, no, there's not a problem. There's one person in front of you. No, ma'am. Now you're lying. I said, well, just go ahead and take my name off the list. I'm going to the emergency room. And I will be filing a complaint against you guys because this is unprofessional. And I left. When I tell you, when I got in my car, I was hotter than fish grease because that was blatant. I felt discriminated against. I felt like, how in the hell can you forget about clients? And I thought by me being honest about me being sick and taking precautions, that I would be taken seriously, and I wasn't. I'm definitely going to be filing some paperwork concerning them. And that young lady that busted out laughing, that found it hilarious, I'm going to make sure she's going to get reprimanded. How are you in the healthcare field and you find it funny and you're laughing at people? I was so taken back and upset about that. That whole situation pissed me off. So I ended up going to the emergency room, which was 30 minutes away. Got there from the moment I entered the check in process. Treated with nothing but dignity, class, and respect. Every tech that talked to me, the triage nurse that did my vitals, the nurse that I was assigned to when they put me into a room, and immediately after they took my temperature, they was like, "Yes, you're going to be seen, ma'am. We're going to set up a room for you." Because during that time, it had dropped a degree. I was at exactly at 100. It was 100.9 when I got to the emergency room. They immediately came in. The doctor spoke to me, took my hand. Even in this COVID thing situation, she took my hand. She's like, "We're going to take good care of you, ma'am." They came in, did a chest X-ray. She said, "We're going to test you for COVID, and we're also going to test you for flu," because she's like, "It's flu season right now. We've been getting a lot of cases of flu, and flu sometimes mimics COVID. So we're going to give you both. We're going to test you for COVID as well as test you for the flu." I was like, "Okay, thank you, ma'am." They came in, did some lab work, left. Everybody that entered into my room, graceful, respectful, courteous. So the X-ray techs came in, took my X-ray, left. About an hour and a half, the nurse came back. She was like, "Ma'am, we're going to give you some Tylenol because we're going to break that fever, and some ibuprofen." They gave me Tylenol and ibuprofen. I fell asleep a couple of times because I was just exhausted. I had been up all night. The nurse came back, and she said, "We're still waiting for your lab work." And she left out again. Then finally, the doctor came in. This was about at the 2 hour mark. She was like, "Ma'am, we have good news and bad news. The good news is you don't have COVID, but the bad news is you do have flu. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get you some Tamiflu. We're going to get you some medication because I had been coughing so bad. She got me some medical strength. It's stronger than the regular over-the-counter cough syrup. I think it's a form of Delson, but it has like a coating base to it to help calm my throat with the coughing. So I got that. They gave me aftercare. They told me I need to, within 5 days, get in touch and schedule an appointment with my primary care doctor for follow up. And she said, before you go back to work, take another COVID test because once again, COVID does mimic the flu. And you want to make sure before you go back to work, you're good and healthy. If you have any questions or concerns, please come back here immediately to the emergency room if your conditions get worse. And when I tell you, when I left out of there, it was like night and day how the urgent care treated me so poorly. The individuals in that emergency room were top notch. I'm definitely going to go back. And I was thinking of just a way to just thank them, just for the professionalism that they showed me. Um, it's just amazing. Some people literally just come to work for a paycheck, and some people actually come to work because they enjoy what they do and they really want to help others. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Also, to ask you to keep me in continued prayer as I keep going on, and every day I start feeling a little bit better. Um, I'm still very fatigued. My appetite's not where it used to be. But like I said, I'm getting better every day. My most important thing is the fever broke. Because even after I left the hospital, I still had the fever. I think today has been like the first day I've been taking my temperature every couple of hours where it's been back to normal. So, and that's nothing to play with. Having a fever is like one of the worst feelings. It literally felt like someone was tapping my forehead with a pickaxe. That's what it felt like. But just take care of your health, guys. And I'm so thankful that I am fully vaccinated. I have my booster. I think that helped played a big part because I couldn't even imagine if I didn't have those things in place, how bad I could have gotten. And so, get vaccinated for those who believe in vaccination. I'm telling you, I have a feeling that if I had not, I probably would have had pneumonia or I probably would have been hospitalized. And so I'm just thankful for those things that I took those precautions. So just take care of yourself, guys. Advocate for your health and equal health care when you go into places. If you feel like someone's discriminating against you or you're not being treated fair, you have rights as a patient. We have rights. No one has the right to mistreat you in a healthcare facility, belittle you, make you feel less than. Nobody has that right. And if nobody else is going to do it for yourself. Advocate for yourself. That's what I'm stressing in this video. Take care of yourself, guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.